Once upon a time, there lived a girl who loved fantasy and science fiction more than anything else in the world. She went to the bookstore every day and read every new novel. She loved reading so much that when she grew up, she began discussing and critiquing other people's books, and even writing her own. Then one day, when she went to the bookstore, instead of riveting fantasies and breathtaking alien landscapes, she found only dull, second-rate plods. Although she went through the whole store, she couldn't find a single new book she wanted to read. "I don't understand," she told her writing group later that evening. "Where are all the exciting adventures and fresh ideas?" "If you see a problem, fix it," the other writers said. "You're a wonderfully good writer. Go, write a synopsis and a query letter, and get yourself a literary agent." So, synopsis and query letter in hand, the writer set off to the village of literary agents deep in the concrete jungle of New York. She walked all day and all night, past dire warnings and wild animals, until finally she arrived. Breathless with excitement, she ran up to the first literary agent she spotted. "Hello, Mr. Agent," she cried. "Hello, writer," said the agent. "Do you have at least 1 million Twitter followers?" The writer blinked, confused and taken aback. "I have a manuscript. Not interested," said the agent, and dismissed her with a flick of his fingers. Shaken, but still determined, the writer ran up to the next agent and held out her manuscript. "Your writing is superb," this agent said, looking down at it, "but too niche. I'm afraid it's not for me." All afternoon, the writer ran up to agent after agent. Some were rude and some were kind, but every single one rejected her. Finally, as the shadows drifted long over the pavement, the writer sat on the curb and sobbed. "Psst," said a voice from the shadows. The writer looked over and saw a rather shabby editor with wild hair and brilliant eyes. "You're a writer, right?" the editor whispered. "You're wondering what's going on?" Yes," she admitted. "I don't understand why they're all rejecting me." The editor shook his head sadly. "It's not their fault. It's the publishing companies. Dratted fools won't take anything unless they think it's marketable. Doesn't matter if it's any good." "But," said the writer, "surely there's a market for good books. I'd buy them." "I'm sorry," said the editor, "but that's the way it is." Dejected, the writer hunched away. What should she do? Self-publish? But she knew other writers, good writers who'd self-published and then never sold a single copy. She couldn't bear for that to happen to her. And so, not knowing where else to turn, she went home and told everything to her writing group. "But that's ridiculous," they cried out. "We would buy good books. We would be their market. It's just not right." "No, it's not right," agreed the writer. She lifted her head, and the others saw a new strength in her face. "And if you see a problem, fix it. If the big publishing companies won't publish good books, then we'll form our own publishing company. We'll name it after our writing group, and we'll only ever publish books based on quality." "But," she said, faltering, "that's only if you help me. I don't think I can do it alone." "You don't have to," said one woman, standing up. "They don't call me a walking style guide for nothing. I'll edit for you." "And I have contacts and marketing expertise," said another. "You're not doing this without me." "And me! And me!" they all cried. "But," the writer said, when they quieted, "will we be enough? We have editors and designers and marketers and publishing experts, but publishing is awfully expensive. Is there anyone who can help us with that?" I believe there is. Thank you, my fellow Thinklings, for being a part of making publishing good books that deserve to be read a reality.